Well, we'll have to see if Korlith can recover as we're going to be jumping into Game 4 here. Headed to the Shattered Temple. Will Select be able to wrap it up? Let's go ahead and get this match started. And Select spawning here on the left side of the map at the 9 o'clock position as the blue Terran, and his opponent Korlith will be spawning here as the the purple Terran player at the 6 o'clock position. So close by air for the, I guess, we had it on Metalopolis. Last game, of course, Zelnaga Cavern, so only 2 spots. But what will Select do here, and what will Korlith do here? We haven't seen any Banshee play out of Korlith yet, but we have seen it out of Select. So this map, the spawn maybe will favor Select just a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly the same, even down to their spawning position as Metalopolis. So that was the game that Korlith won. So I mean, I don't know. Paint that as a possibility there if these guys were to go the same. And even though we did see the Banshee out of Select in the initial game, he has really chosen to go Hellion heavy. And you can kind of tell in Select's play, a guy who really likes his bio, his tank, the forces, that this must be exactly like he said in his interview, just kind of one of those things that he doesn't really like to play. There's a little bit of gamble like he showed in Metalopolis, but I don't know if we'll see the Banshees out of Korlith. I think that he might continue to do just sort of what he's done, which is a very basic mixed army.
Yeah, and we've been talking about all series long how Korlith kind of puts his racks in really awkward positions in his main base. This one is right at his ramp.
Right.
So he might be a little bit frustrated, or he might just be putting it right at his ramp. You never really can tell too much with these players without talking to them. But both players will be sending out that SCV, and they will, maybe not, as is Korlith going to be able to see that when he actually does. So he knows that Select is over here at the 9 o'clock position, and he will be sending that SCV, as you see right there. No Marines out for either player yet, so they will be able to get in there and see exactly what's going on in each other's bases.
Yeah, just seeing the gas, seeing the orbital, going to make them at least confident that they're about going the same way. Likely not any sort of proxy anything, because everything just kind of seems to be in place. We have Select throwing a supply depot on his southern tip of his base, and that first Marine is out for Select, so he'll try to beat down that SCV. He will be successful eventually, if he gets over there. And Select is bringing back his. That SCV is got a great do-or-die attitude right there, but he does not want to die. He will do anything he can. There, he finally goes down. Okay, the saga is over. More Marines coming up for Korlith. Like I was mentioning, Select did bring his SCV back. And look at this, Korlith with a factory over on the far west side. So, JP, you might get your wish.
Yeah, maybe. Or maybe he's just going to be doing that drop play that we saw. Ooh, Select
he might.
Getting an early expansion down here. One rack's expand. He does have that reactor on it, so we'll be able to get, of course, twice the Marines out, which can definitely help quite a bit here. But what is Korlith going to be going for? If you go look, he's still on 1 refinery.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm thinking we're going to be seeing some Hellions coming out of Korlith. But if Select can get this base up and get it mining, and also get some more unit producing structures out, or he does have some great supply depot here at the edge of his base, he will be able to see any drops coming in. Does have a couple of Marines in place, and also this Zelnaga tower. So he might be able just to scout anything coming in from his opponent and take it out before it even does any damage.
And we do have a Tech Lab going down on the factory, Starport going up. I love what you mentioned about the supply depots here from Select. That's really solid, along with the Marines on the perimeter. A good way to defend yourself in these positions while you're putting up your natural. And the fact that Select's building that down at the mineral line will benefit him even more. He continues to rally his Marines over to the side. And as the switch, so he is going to go Banshee. And just off of the 1 gas, so we won't be seeing Cloak. He's got a command center going down. And this has got to do damage, because you can see production switching up here a little bit, JP, as we have the Starport going down. Blue Flame Hellions coming out, and a Tech Lab now thrown on the racks to get those infantry upgrades in here. Looks like Korlith moving out a bit.
Yeah, Korlith was actually supply blocked for just a little bit there, so the Banshee was a little bit late coming out of that Starport, or will be a little bit late. Very, very close call there for these Marines of Korlith, as Select could have seen those if they would have come any closer. But Korlith might be going for a huge attack here with these Marines, a couple of Hellions, as well as this Banshee, but we'll have to wait and see if there are any bunkers being thrown down for Select. He's probably going to be able to defend very, very easily, but at the same time, he has quite a lot of unit-producing structures out here, and we'll have to wait and see. It's really going to come down to how well can Korlith actually control.
Yeah, there is a second Hellion coming out here to Korlith. It will come down a lot to Micro, but 2 more Hellions come out, and that instantly makes this a battle that Select should be able to win. However, don't forget, we got that Banshee that is already doing damage inside the base as he's taking out the gas SCVs. There is a minor response going on here as we do have the Marines moving forward. Now he wants to be very careful, doesn't want to leave those Hellions at the front, and he is going to be moving in. The Hellions will take out, from Select, will take out, I think, the Hellion of Korlith. There it goes. Now working on those Marines. He needs to soften them up as much as he possibly can. Brings out the SCV until he can go ahead and bring his Marines down. And it looks like Select is going to handle that, but not really. He's going to prepare for a drop.
Yeah, and we have another Banshee. Looks like it was thinking about coming down. But Korlith is going to wait to get that second one repaired and then go back. One lone Marine does remain here. Looks like the SAV will go over and tap it and make him fall over. But here come those 2 Banshees for Korlith. They're going to go back in here, but Select does have a drop coming. I would suspect that they'll just start dropping these underneath the Banshee.
Yeah, and you know, Cloak is on the way. There we see the Marines coming out. 2 Vikings, surprise, as Cloak's not done quite yet. And that means both those Vikings will go down. Now, we haven't had any Marines built since there. He's just got the single rack. So what is he going to do? He's going to go ahead and load up with the Marines he has, JP, and the 1 Hellion he has left. There is not another Banshee on the way. There is only a single Hellion and a Marine, and he's going to go ahead and drop those Vikings. This might do a ton of damage.
Yeah, this is going to do a lot of damage. You see all the SCVs being pulled there. But with only 1 Hellion, you can't really chase too far after those SCVs. But all Select really has to do here is sit right next to that 1 Rax, because that is the only structure, besides that factory, of course, producing the tank, that's really going to put any threat to Select. And now a ton of SCVs being pulled there. 1 tank coming out, going to try its hardest, but it's being focused down with great control there from Select. The SCVs trying to get in there and chip away more damage, but this is just looking worse and worse for Korlith. Oh, and a huge line.
Oh, that hurt so bad. And I was actually wondering why that Hellion wasn't firing, and I don't know, maybe it's just like powering up that Hellion, just getting ready for one good attack. There is a bunker at the front, but that bunker is not going to be saving these SCVs, and suddenly Korlith finds himself with absolutely no mining time at all, and Select is dominating this game with a bunch more Hellions coming in through the main. He can just drive those right in, and he will get a monstrous hit off on these SCVs. No. It is a massacre. He tries to spread them off, but so many SCVs dying, trying to put down some quick mules to get something out to stop this. The Marines go down on the tank, and this is just not looking good for Korlith.
Yeah, 1 SCV, 41 for Select, 1 mule. Well, now the mule runs out, but 4 mules for Select. This is just almost impossible for Korlith to really do anything with. Still trying his hardest with this lone siege tank, but Select just picks up, picking the Viking up in the medevac. Don't see that every day. But GG there from Korlith. That means that Select will be taking the Alienware Arena Starcraft 2 North American Challenge, taking first place. Congratulations to him. Wheat, give me your thoughts about that game and also the entire series.
I mean, well, honestly, JP, I mean, Select had some domination. I really think you have those games in StarCraft 2 where maybe you make a decision, you might be ahead, but as a result, or maybe in this case a consequence of your decision, something else happens that you're not really prepared for. In the case that Korlith won that game, he was going for his Hellion drop. He managed to clear out all the SCVs, not necessarily kill them, but they ran so far out from Select. Korlith handled his drop at the exact same time and was just able to, you know, win from there. But in every single other game, Select just showed why he is a beast Terran. Yep. Even when he was down, he managed to come back up. He had some nasty, nasty contains with his tanks. He did some great, great drop play with those blue flames on the exact same map. So, you know, Select is a very, very tough player. I think Korlith can walk away with this and at least say, hey, I took a game off of one of the best North American Terrans that there are.
Yeah, that is very true. So once again, congratulations to Select. Also, congrats to all the players here in this Alienware Arena tournament. Korlith taken second place. You can go find more information over on the big old internet to figure out where the rest of the players were in that tournament. But Wheat, thank you so much for coming on and joining me in this cast. We'll be probably casting together in the future, of course. Also, go check out Wheat's stuff. He does a ton of shows out there, so make sure to go and check those out. But Wheat, I think we're going to go ahead and wrap things up here. So once again, thank you. And thanks to everyone for tuning in. We'll see you guys next time here on MLG Live.